The one problem about my camera storage unit right here is that one of these lights here work on batteries. So that means I need to think about it to change that light, which I totally forgot. Does that make me a bad filmmaker? No, because a good filmmaker starts with editing and then shoots their videos. I know it sounds impossible, but hear me out. You are asked to film a simple action, like someone is pouring in a glass of water and then they drink from it. And before you even press that record button on your camera, you should think first about the edits. Say you shot everything from one angle. You basically just have one shot. In the edits, you'll notice that you can't really do much with that. So as the camera operator, you need to make shots that the editor can use. Or if you're the editor yourself, make sure that you don't get mad at yourself for not making enough shots. So how do you go at it? Well, you slice every scene or action into multiple shots. Important is that you always make different framings. For instance, you start with a long shot as the talent picks up the bottle. Then you make a close-up of pouring in the water into the glass, and then you take a step back to make a medium shot of the talent drinking from that glass. We have sliced the action into 3 shots. That means we can also play a bit with the length of the scene. By cutting faster, the whole action becomes faster, or we can make the whole scene longer. We're giving ourselves or the editor options to edit, and that's what you always want to try and do by making 3 individual shots of a scene. Now, of course, there could be more shots. That is up to you. Now, could we not just make 3 long shots, for instance? Wouldn't that be easier? I mean, you take a shot from this angle, one from here, another one from there. All long shots. Unfortunately, shots like these don't cut. You're going from the same framing to another, and what happens are jump cuts. We see a jump in the movement, or in other words, the viewer notices the cut, and at all time you want to avoid that. And although it's definitely more acceptable these days in professional filmmaking, jump cuts still need to be avoided unless there's a creative choice. You could basically break any filmmaking rule, but you need a damn good reason for that. So for every shot that follows, you change your framing. Medium shot, close up, medium shot, long shot, extreme close up, medium long shot, close up, long shot, etc. I think you get the idea. Now, let's say that we're asked to shoot a business event. There are all sorts of things going on. We could film some new product releases over there. In the other corner, guests are coming in. There's a bar where they make cocktails. For every scene, you make enough shots, and I mean different framings. It's also easier to cut from one scene to another, and you will less likely end up with jump cuts. And understanding that brings me to the second part of this lesson. Shooting for the edit also means looking for interesting hooks. I actually shot many business events back when I started out, and something that I would oftentimes do is take a shot of an empty dining room. I would then later on in the evening take that same shot from somehow the same angle and framing when that room was filled with people. And I know this is a jump cut, something I just told you not to do, but I had a reason. I could add like a little glitch transition in between, or just even keep it as a jump cut and add a beat to the music underneath. I thought it was a cool idea to cut from an empty room to a full room. Now, that was only possible by having that edit idea in mind while I was filming, and I encourage you to do the exact same thing. As you're shooting a video, think about some cool transitions that you could make, or perhaps a sequence of shots. So, in a nutshell, always make multiple shots of the same scene that are filmed at different framings, but also try to shoot something that you can use creatively in your edits. What helps is to look at other people's work as an inspiration. If you come across some nice transition or editing sequence, write that down and take that with you on your next shoot. That helps you to remind you what kind of shots that you need to take.